hands go.
Man.
Okay, let's try this again. Take 2. All right, really, whose bright idea was it to pair these two together? Seriously?
Sorry, that was really funny.
Wow, you'd never know that Bradley and Ryan only had one scene together in Place Beyond the Pines.
Is that more of a challenge?
Not to be together? Yeah. It's always hard.
It's been hard. We've done it our whole lives.
Yeah, whole lives. Yeah, my draw was, I thought, let me work with him as least as possible.
It's only one scene?
You got
it. Any dialogue between us? No.
Nothing. Okay, I'm in.
We'd really love to talk about the movie, but...
What was the question? This is our first time doing this, by the way, so just please be patient with us.
To Bradley, were you nervous at all to nail that one take you had with Ryan?
Still remember the first day I saw you, because he wanted to keep us apart too a little bit, and I still remember you were like up in the room, and I went up and you just sort of looked at me and we nodded, and I was like, and I thought, oh, everything's gonna be fine.
I agreed to do it before I knew that I was going to get killed off in the first act. I mean, it was like before even Blue Valentine, Derek and I were having dinner, and I was telling him about my fantasy about robbing banks and how I would do it, and he had just written a script that was the exact same thing. So, you know, I said, I'm in, you know. And then years later, I got the script, and then, he forgot to mention that that I'm not actually in the movie.
I don't see it. They're all the one. I mean, if you're going to work with a great director, they're going to create a real world, whatever real means for them, but it's going to be a truthful world, and a truthful world is going to have comedy and drama in it. You know, this movie's funny. You know, Luke's funny. We go, fuck you, we get out of here. Man, it's funny when he says that. You know, and there's another thing that's really funny. You know, there's always going to be comedy, I think, in the best drama. So, and rhythm and
the best is when Bradley, when he first, I know, I'm sorry, you hate, I keep talking about this, but it's the greatest. When he like wakes up in the hospital and he like starts pulling the tubes out, and then he's like yanking on his lip, and then they tell him not to do that, and he says sorry and starts crying. No one's ever come into a movie like that. That's the best entrance. And then he ends with a fly on his face.
A mosquito sucking.
A mosquito sucking on him. He's crying. He's got a gun in his face, and there's a mosquito the whole time. It's like, that's the greatest bookend. This never happened. Show me where that's happened. You can't. That's funny.
But there is a musicality to film, to acting. I think it's all music, and there's rhythm, and comedy has a rhythm, but so does drama. I mean, it has to work. It has to be musical, and you could feel it when you're in the groove with an actor doing a scene. You could just feel it if you're playing the same, you know, a song that's complementary to each other, and it's all rhythm. So I mean, it's just a different modulating a different rhythm, comedy and drama, but it's all the same thing. There's zero difference. I never understand that when people say comedy's harder.
I think the thing that's important to know is that you don't really need to know anything about politics. Political film is just set.
I mean, I was a big advocate of this festival for the film. You know, I love it here, and I think I feel like people really focus on the film here. I think it's a great place for it. Obviously, it's nice for me to be able to bring it home. You know. I mean, when you're a Canadian actor, you have to leave Canada, or at a certain point anyway. Now it's kind of different, but you have to leave. I had to leave Canada in order to get the kind of roles that I was wanted to have, and I didn't want to do that. You know, it was just a necessity. I mean, I would have rather have stayed here, but it just there weren't the opportunities here, and now it's different, but it's nice to be able to come back home and bring something.
Brad, outside of the film, you just voted People's Most Sexiest Man in the World.
Here we go.
There we go.
Oh boy.
All right.
Thoughts on that?
Should we get like? I feel like. What is this? A slumber party? I feel like we should be getting pedicures and watching beaches if we're gonna have this kind of a conversation.
Okay, cut.